What's going on, guys? It is MurderInc here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're going to be going over an Iragoth guide. He is the final dragon. I believe he is the eternal dragon of this Doom Tower rotation and reset. And my friends, get ready. This is probably one of the best bosses I've seen created for this game in the over 2 years that I've been playing it, since the beta for Raid came out. This boss is incredible. I'm really excited to show you themes I came up with, the different synergies you can use. Overall, once again, cannot stress this enough. Plarium, great job. You made something difficult, requires lots of thought. Blessed that I got to test this out, and I'm really excited to show you guys. So let's jump right into it. All right, so we are taking a look at the second rotation of the Doom Tower, the Eternal Dragon. We are headed straight up to the top at the final boss, which is in fact the Eternal Dragon. It just says final boss here, but it's the Eternal Dragon. Don't mind Trunda there. She's not supposed to be there. That's for a speed run. You don't care about those. I'm not going to go over his skills. I'm going to show you the run tree, what the waves look like. We're going to talk about this boss and everything great about this boss. In case anyone's curious, I don't really think people care too much, but I can explain it while I'm going through these waves here. First wave, we have Little Miss Annie, stage of 5, really cool to see. But what I wanted to talk about is progression in this game has been kind of lackluster as of lately. All of the new content, people have been flying through. The initial release of the Doom Tower was disappointing to say the least, but this one was really cool. I actually did this on stream. I did live progression. The final run, and the first time I beat this, it actually took me 8.5 minutes to clear it. That went all the way down to just over a 2-minute run. So it's really cool to watch the process here, and it's important not to rush through content. If you don't understand exactly what you're doing, it's very hard to replicate and improve on and make sure you're efficient with it. The second wave here, we have this 2 champions. I'm assuming these are rares because I have no idea who these champions are. But one thing you do want to do for this boss, you have a speed booster and you have a certain cooldowns you want to use. This one in particular for my Sifi in this comp, Whirlwind Romance. Make sure all of your skills, one more time, all of your skills are off of cooldown before you face this boss, or you are going to have, trust me, a terrible time. The A3 here we're not going to use, but you all are going to see Lugan being an absolute beast. A lot of people don't know about it. I made a video about him probably about a year ago at this point. He's the best healer in the game with a counterattack with his A1. Absolutely insane. So we're going to see that here. After I submit my run, defeat it for the first time, there's another content creator who started using Lugan, and I love to see it. Alright guys, so now we have reached the final boss here. This is what he looks like. His first ability is going to put all of your skills on cooldown, which is why it's important to keep in mind that this boss has, if I remember correctly, 250 speed. So if you are bringing a turn meter booster, and I highly recommend it, make sure they are above 250 speed. Could be off, but 250 is safe. If it's 251 and they go first, you can yell at me. I give you my permission. The next thing he's going to do is going to summon 2 Eternal Guardians and 1 Eternal Priest. We will go over that when it gets a turn. So key point here, like I said, make sure all of your cooldowns are available when you reach this boss, or you're not going to have a good time. I promise you that. So we're going to start off by speed boosting, placing block debuffs. It's not going to matter just yet. I do want to use the counter attack here, and you're going to see how we're going to get all these extra hits in. Let's go ahead and use this A1 here, just because why not? This is Iron Brago. Use the A1 to try to get the HP burn. Did get it off. Now we A1 here, and Lugan. We'll just use the A1 with Lugan. So now he's going to go, you're going to see increased cooldown on everybody. We have the defense down, we have the HP burn on the A1. Brago doesn't really do anything besides his passive, which is going to be strong for sure. Now he got a second turn here, which is going to attack all enemies, inflicts bonus damage for every turn remaining on all enemy cooldown skills. So it does a lot of damage. You really want to attack down here. That's going to be off cooldown. The main thing you want to look at is this priest here. It's different. It doesn't have a shield. It's the blue champion. As soon as you kill him, you are going to have your cooldowns restored. And one thing that you just saw on the screen with Sifi here is She has the mastery that has a chance to decrease cooldown. While it's not consistent, it can help you if you're really struggling on this boss on any champion. So you're going to see, maybe it's, yes, we just reduced the cooldowns of all of our champions here. Now we have 2 turns, both of these eternal guardians. If we don't kill them, he's going to heal. The heal isn't a huge deal. The purpose of this team is to do damage through Rexstar's HP burn. That's the focus, but you do have to kill them. But that's what I would recommend, at least if you really want to be efficient. So let's go ahead and throw this on auto here, and you're going to look at everything. Maybe something will go wrong along the way here. Now we're going to be counterattacking, getting in our damage. As you can see, the dragon does take a lot of damage on its own. One conflicting thing is we do have a provoke from Martyr, so the HP burn isn't going to be applied directly to these champions here. If I really wanted to min-max here, get the fastest possible run, that's something I'm looking at. Sure, we didn't get any HP burns as of yet, and he's going to consume. We did just see 630,000 damage. It was in fact healed. Now he's going to increase my cooldowns, but I have a window of 2 turns of me just hitting this boss now. He is going to use this. I'm not too worried about the damage here. We do have attack down on the boss from Iron Brago, but ideally you do want to kill all of the adds as quick as possible for this first round here. After this, you're simply cycling cooldowns. When everything's on cooldown like it is now, the next A1 is going to apply block cooldown skills on the champions. It looks like it didn't happen at all, which was good. And now we're just doing damage here, kind of cycling through. One thing you need: speed, a good amount of accuracy. I found 400 accuracy on any debuffing champions was sufficient enough, which kind of leads me to believe that 400 to 500 resistance as well is going to do the trick for this boss. But speed, like I said, speed booster 250, everyone else 205 speed I say is safe. Then HP and defense, make sure you have it. If not, you are going to get absolutely destroyed, kind of like I was when I first came into here. So I'm going to take this off auto. This is going to be something you have to consider. This is the point where you can say, okay, I can just burn the boss here and risk it, or I can go ahead and kill the adds. As we can see here, I have 3 turns left on Conjure Souls. You might be thinking to yourself, what happens if you don't kill the priest or any of these adds and he does Consume Soul? Well, what's going to happen is he's going to get 1 turn and then a 2nd turn right after that. Why this is bad, he's going to reduce the cooldown of Conjure Souls, and if you have all 3 of the minions up, the next time he uses Conjure Souls, he's going to place Eternal Rage, and it's going to one-shot 99.99% of all champions in the game. Don't get crit. If you get crit, you're done. There's no chance any champion surviving. Unkillable, yes, it's possible, but you are getting your cooldowns reset. So you do have to consider that, and if you wanted to build resistance, you can do that. Keep in mind there's that 3% chance to always get resisted, so these are things you have to consider. But this is the burn mode here. You can decide to just say, I'm going for it, click on the dragon here, and pretty much let Jesus take the wheel, see what happens. The adds are going to be taunting you. They're going to be putting defense down on you. It's pretty much not going to be a good time. So let's kind of just see what happens here. Now we get the cooldowns increased here, and I'm pretty sure this team's going to be 100% win rate. If you do have these champions, the speeds, like I said, don't matter much besides making sure Sifi is above 250, making sure the rest of your champions do get a turn with them being above whatever I said. So HP burn went on there from Rexstar. No other HP burn there went on. He's going to do Consume Soul. He's going to get a double turn, I believe. He didn't get a double turn. He's close. Okay, there we have it. 62 turns. 53 was my best because I did use Trunda instead of Iragoth. But we can see the breakdown here. Sifi is doing a lot of heals because of that A1 during the first 2 trash waves. That's going to give her the unfair advantage there. However, we can see Lugan, the clear dominating factor here. If you don't have these champions, what do? You want champions with as little cooldowns as possible. Something along the lines of Bad Alcazar is going to be absolutely fantastic for this boss. Someone like a Vogoth, I've talked about Vogoth for the Celestial Griffin boss and guide video I did. He's going to be equally as strong here As you're getting slammed with all of these abilities, Vogoth's passive will never be put on cooldown. So as you're taking all this incoming damage, he's going to keep healing your team over and over again, giving you a very solid choice. What I would recommend is look for champions that have a very strong ability on their A1. Rexstar has the HP burn. Martyr has defense down. Sifi, not much, but the rest of Sifi's kit is really good. Lugan has an amazing heal on that A1 ability and does a decent amount of damage. If you want to use someone like Alton, Tyrell for attack down, you can definitely use all these champions. So this is where we're going to get to the questionable part of the video. Is this boss too hard? It may not look too hard with my best time of 2 minutes and 25 seconds on auto. However, I spent about, I want to say 4 hours figuring this out. Now, it's not going to take anyone else 4 hours once the work's already done. It's pretty easy after that. You go to the leaderboards, you look at what team someone else is running. Like I said, someone saw Lugan, they threw in Lugan, and now they have a really fast time. Actually, they have a better time than I do after they did make that swap, and they put in Lugan into their team. So, with all of that being said, most people are going to be able to look at the leaderboard, say these are the champions that other people are using. I'm just going to use this, figure out the speed tuning from there. However, I really enjoyed this, and if you do enjoy content like this, I highly recommend taking the concept that I'm telling you and what I used to defeat this boss. Once again, brilliantly made boss, huge fan of it. I don't think it's too hard. It does require specific champions being need an ability or a debuff on their A1 to really make sure you're getting through this. The idea is nuke the first 3 adds, then you can assess how good your damage is. If your damage is strong enough, you can elect to apply that HP burn and see if you can kill the dragon before the dragon kills you. That's definitely a viable strat. If not, you're gonna have to keep cycling through, killing all of the adds, making sure you have the sustain and survivability. If you want to CC the adds, you can also do that. Seal of Drakes is going to be a good champion. Most people have her if you've reached that point in login rewards. And honestly, if you don't have Seal of Drakes, you're probably not on the last stage of hard. It's just much easier on the other difficulties. But for hard difficulties specifically, lots and lots of players are going to struggle trying to get through this. But in my personal opinion, I don't think it is too hard. I think it's the big challenge. This is supposed to be the most endgame thing aside from Platinum Arena there is in this game. So I do like the level of difficulty this does provide. Does it need certain champions? I really don't think so. Like I said, there are tons of options you can use. You can use Tyrell, you can use Sepulture, you can use Vogoth, Seal of Drakes, Doom Priest. You have tons of options. All you have to do is figure it out. I really didn't want to kind of hand out too many comps. In this video, I just wanted to show you what I used that I found was the fastest, give you the concept of it, and let you as the player decide, because in my opinion, that's one of the most enjoyment you can get out of this game. Understanding a concept, applying it yourself, going through the progression yourself. Some people may not like it. Some people may not like the Doom Tower. They may want someone just handing them a comp saying, here are the speeds, go ahead, have fun, do this. That's cool. This probably isn't the video for you, although it is good to kind of understand what you're working with. So after seeing this and hearing what I had to say, give me your feedback, give me your thoughts. Are you looking forward to this boss? Does it look, I don't want to say too easy. I think this video was making it look a bit too easy. Like I said, I spent hours trying to figure out what champions went where, who did the best, who did the worst. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I did 8.5 minute run. As we can see, 7 minutes and 31 seconds of me explaining things, but I did an 8.5 minute run for me to get through this the first time on stream, just for me to improve to 2 minutes and 25 seconds. After that, on full auto, it took me hours to figure out what I was trying to do here. So I'm looking for your feedback. Are you excited for this boss? What are your first thoughts here? What champions do you have in mind that you can use for this boss? Give me your feedback, leave me a comment, and let me know what you guys think. Alright guys, that is going to conclude my video today on the final boss of the current rotation of the Doom Tower. As always, if you enjoy this content, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my next upload, and I will see you all in the next video.